and welcome to this Apify webinar. We have online today our partners from Kiwi.com and Satsuma AI. So I'm Sameh, the AI product advocate here in Apify, and I would like to say a big hello to our partners who are calling from different locations. So we have Miloš, who is, I think, from or Miloš, you're currently in Brno right now, I think.
Yes, correct.
All right. And we have Matt, and he is all the way in California. Hi, Matt.
Texas, Austin, Texas.
Oh, sorry about that.
All good.
So he's, how is the weather in Texas today?
Beautiful.
Nice. Like to thank everybody for joining us today. Obviously, MCP is an exciting topic for all of us, and it's great that we have some of our community here as we talk to these fine gentlemen about their MCP servers, which they published on Apify. So just quickly, some housekeeping. I will give a quick intro onto MCP and specifically MCP at Apify. Then we'll do a demo of the Kiwi.com MCP. And then Matt will also take us through a demo of Satsuma AI. I'll do the demos on n8n. And then towards the end, we'll have some time for your questions. So if you have any, please just leave them in the comment section, and we'll make sure to answer them towards the end of this stream. All right, let's start. So what is MCP? So unlike traditional tool calls, MCP connects directly with your client. So obviously, if you're using Claude or OpenAI, Gemini, or even Cursor, the server itself connects directly and allows you to invoke tools. And of course, it has resources and prompts, which helps the LLM get into context for whatever it is doing. Obviously, we saw, OpenAI's large announcement on integrating e-commerce, and that is one of the key reasons that today we are with our partners, Kiwi.com and Satsuma AI, to show you some of the demos and the ways that you can actually integrate some of their, MCP servers directly into your applications, mobile apps, web apps, workflows. So the various use cases that you can actually utilize this for. All right. And why is Apify a great place to publish your MCP? I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we have a developer community that's made over 600K USD last month. We do have 140,000 signups, and it's growing every month. And we are an official connector in many places, such as the Cloud Desktop Connector Marketplace. So it's a place where you can actually get your MCP server seen and be used by developers. So you're targeting the right target at the right time. All right. So that's a quick intro, and let's just go on to the Kiwi.com demo. So I actually built this small travel agent in n8n. So n8n is a super, popular tool, and I'm sure a lot of you have already built agents there. So I want to show you how you can actually connect your MCP server there. So, we start with a simple implementation here where I'm using an embedded chat model, right? Because I want to show you how I can embed it into a web application, for example. So this is the first node that I used, and I connected my agent over here. One thing to note is, of course, always give it a system message. So the way that I did this system prompt or message is I actually got Cloud Desktop to test the MCP server for me, in this case, the Kiwi.com MCP. And I gave it basically 3 or 4 tests, and it was able to create this, system prompt that I can actually use on my agent to give it better results. So here, you can choose the tools agent. This is the only one that will actually work with the MCP. Leave this as the JSON chat input, and that should do it. Okay. Again, in n8n, basically, if you wanted to create a new node, you can just click here and just choose your, the node here, and basically do it that way. So, I'm going to cancel this one. One thing here about MCP, I would always advise to use one of the models from Anthropic. And the reason for that is it tends to do better, although now OpenAI and obviously Gemini is improving in that. But for now, I'm using Sonnet 4.5. One comment about enabling thinking in these models is I wouldn't do it. And this is the reason, because it increases the thinking and it might time out. So I would stick with disabling thinking for now. All right. Then you attach a simple memory to it. And here are, of course, the crux of what we're doing is attaching the MCP client to your agent. So when you add a tool, one of the options that you will see is to attach the MCP client tool, right? And that's exactly what I've done here. I have attached an MCP client tool. Now, one of the key points here is what endpoint to use. So in our MCP server, you can, of course, add multiple tools. The easiest way to do that is actually to go to our MCP configurator. That would actually allow you to kind of remove all the guesswork from your, so for example, I will go to mcpapify.com, and at this configurator tool, I can add any actor or MCP server that I want to invoke through that URL, right? So I would start here. So for example, for kiwi.com, I just put that on the search term. I can save. I can put additional servers as I need. Like, for example, I can have maybe a shopping agent plus the kiwi.com agent, and then, that will generate a URL, which you can find over here. You just copy that URL and you can use it now on your agent. And that's exactly what I did here. The endpoint I put in the same URL that was from the configurator tool. Server transport, so always use HTTP streamable. We already deprecated SSE, so this is a standard now for authentication, bearer auth. And here, maybe let me just show you, for example, yeah, you should add your bearer auth, and all the tools to include should be okay. Your token is something that you can actually get in your settings. So if you are at the Apify store, just go to your settings, and here you will find your token. You can generate a new token and then just copy it back into the actual credential on n8n. And that was it. Now you have an agent. So what I did is I used this, for example, on n8n, there is a doc on how to actually create an embedded chat. So I just put this through Bolt, or you can use any kind of, either you can, of course, code it yourself or on mobile app. And here we have a ready agent that uses the Kiwi.com MCP server. So let's try it out. I want to book flights from Rome to Paris for next month. So I'm going to start with a really generic kind of request. And what I really like about MCP, and specifically, obviously, the Kiwi.com MCP server, is that it really acts like your travel assistant. So now, just to confirm that everything is working, you can go on the back end here and look at your executions. And over here, you will see that it already succeeded. So it came up with the first message. So it's asks some follow-up questions, right? So I'm gonna try to challenge my travel assistant here. Easiest way to do this is, okay, let's try next month for the cheapest ticket on a Friday, for example. I will want to return between, let's say, 3 to 5 days. Oh. So it's me and my girlfriend who are flying to Rome. I'm going to go see the Colosseum. All right. So economy, I'm trying to save money. And yeah, I'm flexible. All right, here we go. And you can check the executions here on the back end. If we refresh, okay. So I gave it a bit of a more challenging request. All right, so it came up with some suggestions, a lot of suggestions. And this is, what I really like about, MCP versus tool calls. You see that I gave it a very kind of challenging task to do. And it came out actually with a lot of great suggestions. So it classified them as the best value flights, so the cheapest options. We have the fastest flights with exact kind of granularity on the actual departure duration, and then it actually went ahead and gave me other good options to look at. What's really good when you connect it to a MCP native client is, of course, this kind of like its own recommendations on really what to do, right? Yeah. And of course, it gave me some, feedback on the Eiffel Tower. So when you're ready to actually book, what I really like about this is you have the booking link here, and you can just go directly. It will deep link into Kiwi.com, and you are ready to start booking. So yeah, it's a great server. You can now also use it with your Apify account. And you can easily build different, types of travel agents for whatever. This could be working, for a workflow, for procurement, have on your chatbot for company uses, or you can, of course, embed it into your own like mobile app or web application. All right. So that's the Kiwi.com MCP server. Miloš, is there something else you'd like to show, or should we go to Matt?
No, you showed everything. We can continue to Matt.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So Matt, the floor is yours. It will be great to see the MCP server from your side.
All right. Props to Miloš and team for building an awesome MCP server, and thanks Apify for putting this together. So my company is Satsuma AI. Sameh, Satsuma. There you go. You can do it.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
And a little bit of context on us is we started off as a consumer application in our own right, helping people to find the best deal on food ordering. And when we looked for an API that would allow us to be able to order from restaurants and grocery stores and marketplaces such as Grubhub and Uber Eats and things like that, no API existed that would allow us to understand what products are available for ordering from restaurants or grocery stores. And we thought that sucked, and we wanted to actually have an API for doing things like that. 5 years later, now finally, marketplaces and merchants are understanding that they need to make their product catalog available to developers, like hopefully people watching this call, and not only their product availability, but the ability to order as well. But the only way that merchants are going to do that is if they can have everything be compliant. So take an example with a partner of ours, GoPuff. It's very important that every underlying company is able to securely expose their catalog, and that's catalogs of products that they want to be exposed beyond their walled gardens. They want to, whenever someone checks out, be able to apply loyalty. They want to, whenever someone checks out, to remain the merchant of record. And because we were a consumer app, we actually rebranded from the consumer app, which was MealMe, to Satsuma to build the APIs for merchants that we wish existed in the first place. So that is what we do, is we go to large merchants that sell stuff online, and we enable them to make their products discoverable and orderable within AI agents, but also within any other consumer-facing application, whether it's within an ad unit, within your TV, within your car. We thought it was cool whenever it was embedded commerce, but now agentic commerce is even cooler. So I will show you an example of the MCP server that we built in partnership with our partner GoPuff. And this will showcase actually the embedded ordering use case using the most recent development in the agentic commerce protocol, which was made in partnership with OpenAI and Stripe. Where you're using shared payment tokens to pass on the customer's card and have the merchant that is ordering be the merchant of record. So a little bit about GoPuff. They are a delivery service for 30-minute delivery of convenience and grocery items. They have hundreds of warehouses across the United States and some internationally as well, in the UK and I believe France. That allows for ordering of any convenience item. They have 1,500, actually 2,500 to 3,000 SKUs per micro fulfillment center within 30 minutes. And they own and operate all their micro fulfillment centers. They do a lot of orders every week. And I will show you an example of the MCP server that we built in partnership with them. So what we did is we worked with them to understand what is the product catalog that powers their e-com website, and what are the tools that power their e-com website. Or the endpoints that power the e-com website. And we took those same endpoints and made them accessible via MCP server. So what you can see here is you can find the person's location, you can find the nearest GoPuff micro fulfillment center, you can search for products, you can add products to cart, and then check out. Those are the tools that are available to us. I attached the MCP server. I gave a prompt. I'm using OpenAI. You also can use n8n and any other client, and we'll run it. And it's going to think about the tools that are available. And I like using the OpenAI client because you can see what it's thinking about. And it's like, all right, I think I'm an ordering bot, and I probably need to ask this guy, who are you, where are you, and what do you want? So I'll put in my information. This is who I am. This is where I am. And what do I want? I want a 12-pack of Truly seltzers. Actually, just any seltzer. I don't really care. I'll just do seltzer. Hard seltzer, because you can buy alcohol with this merchant because of the compliant flow of funds that are enabled here. So if you want to build a beer bot or bar GPT or whatever, this is the MCP server for you. Hard seltzers and something savory. I don't care what. And we'll run it. So now we can see the assistant looking through the tools that are available, and it'll start thinking in a second. We're using the most recent model, GPT-5, so it should be pretty quick here. So now it's thinking about searching for products. It needs to geocode my location first, so it's understanding where I am. So we'll see here in a second, it'll hit the geocode endpoint to turn my address into a lat long. So it's doing that. And it'll start to look for products as well. So this is the plan. I think it does the plan and then it makes the calls. So yeah, geocoded my address, and then it found the nearest GoPuff location. Now it searched for hard seltzer 12 pack, and it got the options, and it found that, and it searched for Doritos. I'll take it. And it found me a 12 pack of White Claw for $25. It got me a big old thing of Doritos for $6. And it has my subtotal with all the fees included. And to check out, this is a hosted Stripe link that uses the shared payment token. So if I put my information in here, then actually GoPuff, that's the merchant, will be the merchant of record. And then after I place the order, a tracking link will be texted to me, and then I'll get my seltzer and Doritos. So if you want to build anything that has to do with ordering of stuff from these micro fulfillment centers, we are the solution there, and we are working with merchants within food and beyond. So if you have any requests, or you are a merchant that wants your MCP server infrastructure built for you, that is what we specialize in, is agentic commerce enablement for merchants. So thank you, everybody.
Super cool, Matt. I can't wait. I can't wait to start using it here in Europe. Is there any plans to bring this MCP server, or at least the service, into European locations in the next few months or maybe year?
So my goal is to be the enablement layer for any merchant that wants to have this capability, right? So any European marketplace, large, retailer, large restaurant chain that wants the ability to have their products discoverable and orderable in OpenAI and Claude and Perplexity, come to us and we'll build your MCP server. So to answer your question, yes, hopefully soon.
Nice. Can't wait. Actually, I have a question for both of you. It was in regards to the, MCP UI, because it's obviously a big thing for e-commerce. So I was in the London conference last week, and it was a big topic there. Is this, when we talk about MCP UI, so that's basically, integrating, let's say, the UI experience in different shops, especially, I guess, for e-commerce, maybe this is a bigger issue. Is this something that you're working on currently, on introducing MCP UI elements into your servers, or?
Miloš?
Yeah, I can start. Yes, obviously, I think everybody's working on this, or at least everybody's thinking about working on this. I would say that, we are in a phase where we have a very good idea what needs to be done. We're just allocating somebody to actually sit down and actually do it. We still a couple of weeks left before the first wave of the submissions to the OpenAI marketplace will be open. So trying to catch the wave pretty much, and trying to be there as well, well alongside all the other brands. Not sure if that's possible or not. We'll see. But obviously, yes.
Great.
And on our end, I think last Monday's announcement of ChatGPT apps was a really big deal for making merchants aware that, or any company aware that they need an MCP server first, and then they can have an application, and then giving them the tool available to have UI elements within those applications. What we are doing on our end is actually make an SDK like a general SDK that can be applied to any MCP server that is commerce enabled. So essentially you tell us design elements, your logo, your colors, and then all of the UI elements for adding to cart and checking out are automatically deployed. So yes, definitely thinking about it on our end to make it as easy as possible for anybody to build their own application.
That's great. Thanks, guys. All right. Maybe we can go to some questions. Actually, let me share my screen here. There was a question from Lukasz, and he's saying, what is the benefit of publishing MCP server on Apify's platform as opposed to these other directories? I think one of the main benefits is that we do have hundreds of integration partners. So, for example, in the case of n8n, there is, Apify is directly integrated with them. Obviously, integrations with Make, Crew AI, MindPal, a lot of the other Lindy AI, a lot of the other, agent platforms are directly integrated. So I think it's a lot about distribution. And of course, the number of the right audience, right? So developers who are integrating these services, they can integrate them directly into their applications, and that creates, a host of new users that are using those applications. All right, we have another question by Adam. I think he's asking, what do you mean enabling MCP in Europe? Actually, that was more about in Satsuma's example. It was, I think currently right now, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, it's available in the US.
So we are rolling out every merchant that we work with, we are building their MCP server, right? And we are working with a good bit of merchants. The first publicly available one is this partner, and they are mostly available in the US. But as we roll out the MCP servers that we're building for more merchants, those will have availability elsewhere. So MCP works everywhere, but we are growing our list of merchants that we are enabling to have their own MCP server.
Yeah, it was simply about being able to order a 12-pack of seltzer, whatever it is, in Europe as well. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I think that is it. I do have a promo code that people can use. It's good for 100 USD in credits. So it's good for 1 month. So, there it is, MCP Apify. We will share this presentation after this stream. All right. So I think that is it. Thank you all for joining us today. I don't know, Miloš, Matt, is there anything else that you would like to comment on or say?
No, maybe just saying that thank you for having us. These are exciting new technologies, like the whole AI wave in general. And I'm excited to see what is to come.
Yeah, same here. If I can help in any way, I'm easy to contact, Matt at Satsuma.ai.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Miloš. It was great. Thank you for taking the time to do this, and we're excited to see what's next for both of you, and we'll be on the lookout for developments. And thank you all for joining us. So hopefully we'll have more of these sessions on MCP, and we can't wait to see what you can start building with both servers.